This is San Diego News Daily.
Hello and welcome to San Diego News Daily. I'm Sergio Flores. Police are still looking for the driver responsible for a hit and run that killed an 11-year-old boy in Escondido. A memorial is growing for Aiden Antonio Torres de Paz, who was hit by a car outside his house Wednesday night. His mom was actually the one who found him unconscious and severely injured. He died at the hospital on Thanksgiving morning. It's not clear if the driver was speeding, but neighbors and family friends say that it's a busy street.
This is a very busy street, and people do not slow down, and to know that somebody is inhuman enough just to leave and not stop and help him. You know, he could have been helped.
Era muy amigable, era un niño muy bueno, él no merecía que le hicieran eso.
His mother, Maria, says he was a really good kid and didn't deserve this. Escondido police are asking anyone with information or neighbors with video to please reach out to them. Officials are now confirming 2 children were hurt in a coyote attack near the UTC Mall earlier this week. Police initially said only a 3-year-old girl was bitten Tuesday night. The Department of Fish and Wildlife later confirmed a second child was also injured. A spokesperson for Rady's Children's Hospital says one of the children was treated and released. No information has been given about the other child's condition or whether they were hospitalized. Investigators say the attack happened in the mall parking lot. The San Diego Humane Society was not able to track down the coyote. Investigators collected DNA samples and sent them to a lab for forensic testing. Now we begin with an update on the 3 people who fell from the 30-foot fence on the San Diego side of the U.S.-Mexico border in Otay Mesa. U.S. Border Patrol says a man and 2 women were trying to illegally enter the U.S. when they fell yesterday afternoon. First responders say all 3 were conscious and breathing. They were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Meantime, a San Diego man has been deported to Baja California after being detained just steps away from his home in Lakeside in July. 4 months he was detained at the Otay Mesa Detention Center before being deported. NBC 7 Ignacio Dominguez has the details.
Yeah, I spoke with Ezequiel Jimenez. He's the man who was detained by federal agents earlier this year. He's now in Mexico, but his 2 daughters and wife, who are all U.S. citizens, tell me their lives have completely changed since that day in July. Ezequiel is now suffering with medical issues he claims came after his arrest. Like you mentioned, he spent 4.5 months at the detention center in Otay Mesa. He and his family say that on numerous occasions he requested medical assistance and submitted complaints alleging that he couldn't walk. His daughter, who lives here in San Diego, told us he had been ignored. Take a listen.
He kept putting in complaints that he was in pain, and the people that worked there made it seem like he wasn't going to get in. They weren't going to pay for it when they caused it. So
now, we reached out to CoreCivic Detention Center about this. They replied in a statement saying CoreCivic is committed to providing access to high-quality medical and mental health care for all residents, adding that CoreCivic also ensures access to off-site care for residents by coordinating with staff. Ezequiel had been arrested 7 years ago for being undocumented in the country. According to him, that is what agents said was the reason for his arrest at this time around. But his wife, who is a U.S. citizen, had filed a petition for him in 2023. He had gotten that approval in July of this year. We also reached out to ICE, but have not received a response as of now on his case. The Jimenez family tells us he is now seeking treatment in Mexico. Ignacio Dominguez, NBC 7.
Okay, Ignacio, thanks a lot. You know, whenever we get into the heart of the holiday season, Thanksgiving through Christmas, doctors start raising awareness about what you can do to keep your family healthy. Here in San Diego County, the number of flu cases is hovering around 150. That's double the number compared to last month. County medical officials are encouraging everyone who's eligible for a flu vaccine to get one. We spoke with one woman whose granddaughter just got over the flu.
Well, I was with her the week before, so I'm good. Yeah, but like I said, I did have my flu shot, and the rest of the family, they haven't gotten it yet, but hopefully they won't.
And we know that it actually can reduce hospitalizations and reduce the chances that you go into the emergency department or have to go see your doctor.
Now, recently, local officials announced about 22% of people eligible for a flu shot in San Diego County have received one. NBC 7 meteorologist Brooke Mattel will have a look at your weather right after this.
You count on breaking news.
People running in the streets, they have their kids, they have their pets.
And help preparing for the unexpected.
Small fire right now, we'll keep an eye on it.
You count on stories from your community. You count on getting different points of view.
We're still human.
And your voice being heard.
We need help.
You count on in-depth reporting.
It's a mess, and it's making people sick.
Because you know the whole story is more than just the headline. This is coverage you count on, only on NBC 7 and Telemundo 20.
Happy Saturday. Taking a look at your local weather headlines. We had some areas of fog this morning and it was a bit of a chilly start, but by this afternoon, really pleasant conditions, mostly sunny skies. Winds will pick up on Sunday, and taking a look at what you can expect if you're heading up to the mountains today for Julian. A little bit cooler there, but really nice. Mostly sunny skies. Low 60s there for that max daytime high, tapering off to those upper 50s. Once the sun goes down, we'll continue to taper off into those 40s as we get into those overnight hours. And the big game tonight, San Diego FC taking on Vancouver. That game starting at 6 o'clock tonight, right around those upper 50s. So just bring that jacket if you're heading that way. We'll stay close to the upper 50s through this evening. But the daytime high is out along the coastline. From the low to upper 60s, we have some low to mid 70s for most of your valleys. 60s over the mountains, as I just showed you, and mid 70s today over your desert region for places like Borrego Springs. Now, taking a look at the wind speeds, it's pretty calm for your Saturday. Things will pick up a little bit more on Sunday into Monday, but by tonight into those overnight hours, we are expecting increasing cloud cover and fog. Could be enough to produce some drizzle over the coast and areas not too far away from the coast too, some of the inland valley communities even. First week of December, this is what we have on tap. So breezy offshore flow on a Monday, so slightly warmer, mild temperatures on Tuesday, and then some rain chances by Wednesday. You can see that here with this graphic indicating that the higher chances for rain will be midweek on Wednesday, but we can still see some more of that moisture as we head into Thursday and Friday. Still working out the details on the timing, how much we could get if that system plays out for us. But here's a look at the 10-day forecast. Your temperatures tapering by midweek. Coolest day of the week could actually be on Wednesday for us. We even could have some 60s for the valleys by that point, and 40s and 50s for the mountains by then. For the desert region, spending some time in the 70s over the next 4 days before we get back into possibly those mid 60s. Sergio?
All right, Brooke, thanks a lot. And just like Brooke mentioned, this evening, San Diego's newest professional sports team will hopefully be one step closer to securing a championship. Tonight, San Diego FC hosts Vancouver in the MLS Western Conference Final. San Diego is trying to become the second expansion team to ever win the title. They're looking to join the Chicago Fire, who pulled off the feat in 1998. But as experts are quick to point out, San Diego FC is playing under very different circumstances.
I don't know if there are enough superlatives to compliment San Diego on how well they have done, because what Chicago did in 98 was phenomenal, but there were 10 or 12 teams in the league back then, so it was much different, and their team was stacked. So I think if you would have looked at the Chicago Fire roster early in that season, you would have said, okay, but they've got a lot of ballers on this team. We all looked at the roster of San Diego and said, okay, they're a brand new team. We don't know what Mikey Veras is like. We don't know what they're going to play like, but we looked at their roster and we all picked them to finish last. And so I think what Mikey Veras has done is phenomenal.
All right, there you have it. Kickoff is just after 6 tonight at Snapdragon Stadium. The winner moves on to play in the MLS Championship match. Now, there's more coverage you can count on at NBC7.com, and you can always find us on your Roku or Samsung Smart TV app. Thanks for watching. I'm Sergio Flores.